Hey everybody, it's Randrog here, coming back with another attempt at. Oh, whoa, that's weird. Coming out with another session episode of Against the Wind, my rendition of it, and I've started a new page in my wonderful section here. We have moved past our starting position, the mysterious cargo, and now we have landed. I've called it Arboles de Seguridad, uh, the trees of safety. I was trying to figure out some neat, different ways of saying safety in the trees. As solus arbolum is Latin. I couldn't quite get 100% my personal satisfaction that is what it would mean if I put it there. So I figured literally trees of safety in Spanish sounds nice. Anywho, so we're gonna go. So now we're going to step into the book, and we're going to be camping. It's a far cry from actually camping, but uh, we just literally crash landed on the shore, pulled our boat up to safety, and then went running up a hill. Pulled ourselves up as a deluge of water rushed down the path. So I'm assuming our boat is gone. Our bird, I'm hoping, is safe. I would assume is safe because they can fly. Uh, but Arenthel pulled themselves up from the tree roots and found themselves inside a little cluster of trees that gave them some safety from the storm outside and promptly went to sleep. I'm going to be. I like saying the term generous. I'm going to be forgiving to the character and call this camping because it's when you have to spend the night in the wilderness, you'll likely need to set camp. When you find a suitable place, envision your scenario and roll on the table below. In this case, the scenario is storm outside, no storm in here. I'm going to sleep, and we'll see what happens from there. So let me add that. Okay, let's roll, see what it says, and we'll add that to the page. 3. Interruption, of course. I mean, what? Why not? So it says, does it have to be bad? Does it need to be something bad? Ask the GM. A negative positive roll will work. Or roll on T184. Roll on a counter table. Um, yeah, we'll roll on this one. That seems interesting. Intriguing, if you will. 9. A nearby animal is causing a ruckus. A nearby animal is causing a ruckus. Would that be my animal? Let's just roll and see. I think it's the 10, so yes, it'd be my bird is causing a ruckus. Lidra is just ends, I guess, trying to make sure, because they're a protective hawk. I believe that's what it says on my character sheet. I need to go open that up. Where is against the wind? Character sheet. Here we go. This is what I have on here. Is protective hawk Lidra. Okay. And we will leave that here so I can make changes. Because who knows what will happen to her. Okay. Alright, so she's just causing a ruckus. Maybe she's concerned for my well-being. She's constantly checking on me, maybe finding things and dropping them on me, trying to give me food. I'm not sure how far a hawk would go to try protecting me, but if she's being motherly towards me, then I may wake up to just a bunch of dead animals laying around me for me to eat. That yeah, we'll roll on that because that sounds sounds pretty ridiculous and fun. So yeah, we'll just do the yes no. Is she bringing me things to try to make me feel better and waking me up in the process? 4 no. Okay. So she's not bringing me things, but she's constantly checking in on me, just coming down, squawking, pecking at me. Or, yeah, I guess pecking. all birds peck. They have beaks. Hawk beaks are a little different, so she's just like axe beaking me, trying to wake me up. More than likely, she has seen somewhere better for me to sleep than here. And I clicked the button and it took me away. Camping. Okay, so I don't get to rest. I don't get to roll and recover normally. After addressing the interruption however you want, you can then perform the recovery roll. Okay, good. I can recover. That sounds great. I'm assuming I'd get Leader to calm down, like just for whatever reason. Like I'll let her know I'm okay. Like I'm alive. I'll make it. I'm not moving anywhere while the storm's going on. So let's check the recovery table. Is that? Yeah, it's much further away. Yeah, up here. So it's half the book away, at least on bookmarks. Uh, let's roll and see how much we recover. And that's actually could be pretty nice. Let's see. We have a 10. 3d6 resources. So we might not have need. There may have been no need to be so stingy with my resources, but we'll see. We have 13 resources to move around. So let us go here. 13. Let's say we got our vigor back to 4. Say we're 4 vigor, like that. Just a good night's sleep. Wait, wrong keyboard. That's the work keyboard. Okay. My numlock. There we go. Numlock was off. Okay, so that is 4. So we have 9 left. I can't envision how I would gain gear out here. Let's see the exact terminology on gear. Provisions, supplies. Maybe after waking up I find some scroungeable food nearby. I'm able to take some of, like, maybe this is a palm. No, it can't be a palm tree because it's winter. So, what would I use? Maybe I use my shirt. I am using my shirt as like a knapsack now, just to throw stuff in. And I found a good sturdy stick to make a hobo bag, and that's what I'm using to gather like the food. I found some pine nuts. I don't think pine nuts grow on pine trees. I'm not sure, but we'll say we found some nuts, found some food. Maybe there's an animal. Found like a squirrel cache somewhere, like a bunch of nuts that we can eat. And so we'll bring our gear up to 3. So that leaves us with 6 more. We'll bring our resolve to 6. That's 4. So that leaves us with 2. And we'll add that to factor. No, we'll add that to talent. Our skills will be able to get us through. We're now more resolved to get home than we have ever been. And camping. And we rolled a 3. Animal. Ruckus. Lidra kept us awake. Making sure kept us awake. Goodness. Awake. I'm including you in the character. Kept us awake. Yeah. Leader kept me awake, making sure that I was okay. Before finally quieting down. I don't know why I say quietening, but quieting down. Recovered 13 resources. I'm just going to leave that as it is. Now, so we've recovered resources, we've camped. We are now in a position where I guess we can do some more exploring to try and get home. Hmm. Encounter, feature, or a hazard. 2d6 tables from T46 to T57 to detail your surroundings. Okay, so we can do a little more detailing, I guess, from where we are. We know that we're in a mountainous area. At least the cliff, this side here is mountainous, which is where all this came from. So maybe I could go in here and plug in some more mountains. Pin, black, journey trail. We'll add this to the actual map and zoom in. 10 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. So we'll actually add some mountains in here. Now let's make that a little smaller. Hold on. 3.6 is way too small. 5.4 sounds better. So it adds like some mountains here. Oh, horrible mountains. Trying to do this with actually we'll extend this out into here too. So this is like a weird bay that exists. And we just happen to get amongst like the best space there to not be completely destroyed landing. Alright. So let's go here just for safety's sake. So this is a mountainous region. We know that, but is it mountains continuing on? So let's just take a roll. We'll do a simple yes, no. Is it mountains continuous, like further into the area? 10, yes. Okay, so mountains do extend further out. Do the mountains block an expedient way for me to get home? At least from where my vantage point, can I judge whether the mountains block access home? And I would assume I would know this if I'm from here, but I might not be from that town where the council's held. I might be from further down into this area. And thinking of that, I do have another question, but first I see the mountains block the path. 7. So that's in the middle, so maybe. So there is a passageway through. I do know there's a passageway through. But I don't know if I can get to it from where I am. And then the question that I need to ask, absolutely need to ask, am I in enemy territory? We'll say that. Are these people who are aggressive towards my people? 12. Exceptional, yes. Okay. Oh, thank you, dice gods. Okay. So it's from GM questions. Mountains block a quick or an easy passage home. There is a way, but I don't know it. I don't know exactly where it is. Exactly. And we'll tab these over. I am in enemy territory. Oh, exceptional, yes. So this is the bottleneck. This is where the oh crap! Did not start my counter. Alright, so this is where Sparta. This is like 300 zone. Everyone fighting through this little neck of the woods, maybe. Is that what we're facing here? And I'm not. I don't think I need to roll for that because if this is an exceptional. Yes, this is where the enemy is, and this is where home is, and mountains are lying between us. That would have to, and there is a passageway through. This is where the fighting is. So I'm going to extend the mountain range out, and if this is the enemy territory, so the passage is somewhere in here. And I'm going to extend this out to the lake. So I'm going to leave that one blank, so maybe there's a couple of passageways through. It's fun. I'm having fun. And actually, let me. This is on the journey trail. Whoops. Put this one on the map proper. Now, no, it's not quite the same as it was, but that's okay. All right. Oh boy. Actually, let's block this up so it's not just easy pass through. I need to get down here. And then again, I can always just mark a trail if I do find something special, like unique, that'll get me through. All right. That's unfortunate. I guess I could just make a judgment call on this, but are we visibly different? Like is it like clothing style, hairstyle, skin? Maybe we're like completely different species between the people fighting, or is it? Yeah, let's just say, am I visibly noticeable as a bad person, as their enemy? 5. So I believe that falls into the nose in the GM game machine. Yes, 5 is a no, just no. So this is just like a political, societal, cultural difference, not like a species, race, war type thing. Okay. Or maybe we're a good blend of species altogether, and we're survivors in an apocalyptic world. So maybe those type of divides no longer exist because we're just trying to survive, and we're just like, yeah, we believe this and you believe that, so we're just gonna fight instead of working it out because we never learn as intelligent beings, I guess, which is why we're still locked on the planet. Anyhow, that's a whole different conversation there. Okay, so I am able to disguise myself here. Uh, Recognizable as an enemy. Okay. That's it. This is the best roll that I could have gotten. These two. This is a stinker, and this one here is just outright. It's not bad. It definitely keeps me on my toes. All right. So I can actually look for like a settlement nearby and try to get my bearings. Maybe get help through. Maybe. Uh, mm, okay, so let's do that. We're going to let's see if exploring works that way again. Procedure for exploring. Place on the map you created. This is where you are right now. You might end up in the water. Okay, this is starting locations. So that's all. Okay, this encounters. This is explanation of what it is. And then land or there. Okay. Take a moment to describe your situation. So what we know our situation is. Is any of these tables? Is there anything that I need to know? I guess I could figure out if it's still if the sky is cleared up. 8. So partly cloudy. Makes sense. Let's see. How did I do this on starting position? I did like a. Wait, not the thing I intended on doing. No, go back. So location, this is in 2.5. 2.5. I turned off the, there, my numbers. This is, environment. Yeah. Environment is partly cloudy. I would assume humidity is not a thing because it just got done raining, but you never know. 9 is humid or rain, so partly cloudy. It's humid. We'll say humid, which is really strange because it is supposed to be freezing and windy. I don't think humidity would be able to survive in that. Vegetation we know is varying sizes with open spaces. The topography is treacherous mountain terrain. Not going to worry about the ground or water paths. Oh, are there paths? That'd be... because I know there was one until it got washed out. 4. Barely visible overgrown trails, which is why that one got washed out. Let's see. Barely visible trails. And we know it's morning. We'll leave that alone. So event type. Let's roll to see what our event type is. A 7 is a feature. Okay. And morning, partly cloudy, humid. And we'll put this as a feature. And barely visible trails. Okay, so now exploration event. And we rolled a feature. Feature. Alright, so let's see what we get with that. It's T80, very kindly hyperlinked. T80, natural, constructed, or mysterious. 8 is constructed. Constructed feature, land. 9. That's the second 9. Decrepit mausoleum. So, constructed feature. Decrepit. Decrepit. Wow. Decrepit. Am I doing this wrong? I am. Decrepit. Decrepit. Otherwise, I decrepit. Mausoleum. Mausoleum. Oh. Out here, there's a decrepit mausoleum that I've found in the area. Beyond this grove, maybe even nearby. So, we'll put this on the journey. Actually, we'll put this on the map first. There's a decrepit mausoleum. This is in 2.5. So while I'm searching around here, I come across maybe if I fill this in, I have to go around the lake. And so I would find it somewhere else. Maybe near the lake. We'll say that. We're near the lake now. And we find the decrepit mausoleum. It looks like a t-shirt. We'll put like a double cross on it. Why? I don't know. And we'll say fill this in right here. I'll put like a cross on top of it. reasons. And then we would need to insert a text box. This is going to overlay. And we'll have to figure out the good text size for it. Decrepit Mausoleum. And we'll bring this up to a 28. Way too big. 16. Still way too big. An 8. Okay, what size are you? Vector layer 1. Your Deja Vu Sands extra light at 7. Vector layer 2. Deja Vu Sands extra light 7. Save. What is the difference? How is that different? Deja Vu Sands. Extra light 7. Deja Vu Sands. Extra light 7. 7. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is just delete this one entirely. And delete. This is you. And we're going to copy and paste another like this. And I'm going to change this one to Decrepit Mausoleum. If I spell it right this time, I did not. There. Decrepit Mausoleum. Now I'm going to move you. Close right there. And we'll just be happy with this. And remove that layer. So we have this one. This will be our signs. Okay. Alright, so we now have our Decrepit Mausoleum. And I guess let's do the proper GM Oracle questions to get an idea of what the mausoleum looks like. Game machine, ask the GM, it's already there. And we'll use these charts. So 1d6, alright, so 1d6 to get here. It's a 5. Roll again. It's a 5. Modest or grand? Interesting. And what's the scale? A 7. So it's big. It's not small. It's not a humble one. It's not a grand one. But it's a moderate size. Okay. Moderate size. And start the process again. Roll. A 6. Okay, lower half. A 6, so it's elusive or concrete. I wonder if he means something different by elusive. 6, which is just on the edge of elusive. And I think when he means elusive, it might be more like ephemeral. If we go by concrete, something solid here is, tangible, whereas elusive could mean that it's not quite here, so it's on the more of a spiritual side. So it's not exactly spiritual. It's like it's a liminal. There we go. So it's a liminal space. Liminal? Is that not? That's a word. Liminal space. It means like being between It's like the between space. So screw you. Last one. 6. Man, I am rolling high for this one. 3. Rupture or bond. Ooh, I do like the way that the divergence between is another 6. So it's not exactly, and it's closer on the rupture side. So it's not some. So it is rupture or bonded. In this sense, it's a grand mausoleum, so it itself could be ruptured. It's in that liminal state between a spiritual thing and a physical thing, and it is ruptured. Not quite ruptured. Okay, this is very bizarre. Uh, so he's like on the verge of phasing to the spiritual realm. So it's a moderate size liminal space. It is a liminal space, as evidenced by on the verge of phasing to the spiritual realm. Oh boy. Sadly, I need to go. So this is definitely going to be where I'm going next, is this decrepit mausoleum. Man, I wish I could devote more time right now to doing it. I want to know more about this. Okay. As it is, thank you so much for joining me along on this short delve into against the wind. Uh, oh man, I couldn't imagine being put into a worse spot right now. But maybe I'll find some answers here to take home to help us. Maybe who knows what I'll find here. Maybe it'll help us end a war between our peoples. That could be a thing. I'm not sure, but I do need to start running. So you all have a good time. Thank you for joining me, and I guess do the things. I don't know the things. Do your thing. I don't know. Do yourself. I've watched too much Bluey lately. Anyway, take care. See you later.